Hi Thomas, here's the feedback from the reading part of the mock exam that you did recently. And you scored the full 4 marks for question 1, so that's a good start. And if we move on to question 2, where you've been asked to analyse the language that the writer uses to describe the storm. And I think I've got to give you full marks for this question because you've covered everything there. You've got terminology in there, your explanations are brilliant, and your quotes are appropriate. So I don't think there is anything that I could add to it. It's an excellent response. Moving on to question 3. Again, the comments that you've made are very perceptive. Get the mark scheme up. Okay, so again, I think it shows detailed and perceptive understanding of structural features. You start off with a description of the nightmare and the effect to grab the reader's attention and portray something unpleasant as afoot, implying the tragedy to come and the sense of the underdog. And then you see it moves on to the description of the storm, which demonstrates the mercilessness of nature. And the mother's illness and more violence and aggression. Then you see, then takes another turn at breakfast. The food is bad, and we find out that the mum's ill. It plays on readers' empathy, nostalgia, empathy again, and the flow from violent to sad to nostalgic takes read on a roller coaster of feelings in only 44 lines. And then even the insertion of speech is a strong structural tool, allowing the reader to witness the conflicts of not only the feelings of characters but also the levels of understanding of what is going on. So yeah, and I think sophisticated and accurate use of subject terminology. The one thing that's missing, which is going to drag the score down, is you've not put any quotes in. Still, even for this question, you need to put the quotes in to back up your points. So had you done that, you would have got the full 8 marks. But because you haven't, really, it should be limited to band 1 because select simple references, because you haven't put any quotes in at all, which is such a shame. But never mind. If we move on to question 4, where you're asked to respond to the statement from the students that Alex isn't coping with his mother's illness. Sorry. This is another excellent response, Thomas. Again, it's level 4. You've evaluated critically and in detail the effect on the reader. You've shown perceptive understanding of the writer's methods, and you've said he's implied on a number of occasions, and you've given the examples. He uses emotions, stating that Alex was angry. It's also shown in his speech when he snaps at the 2 younger sisters. And then the entirety of the final paragraph shows this when he's reminiscing about how things used to be, and the contrast between how he was feeling and how he's feeling now, the comparison between the fresh baked cookies and the rubber tire tortillas, and the comparison between the silent ghost and the music and the explosion of colour and so on. Yeah, your quotes selects a judicious range of textual detail. Your quotes are spot on and develops a convincing and critical response to the focus of the statement, which you have all the way through. So I'm going to give that 18 out of 20 just because I don't like giving full marks for anything.